Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's day is going along fine. Let's see. I'm in the middle of a bathroom remodel, as you all know, and so we are. I just painted baseboards today, so we're going to need another coat, and then we'll do the color, and that'll probably be later on on Sunday, or yeah, Saturday, Sunday. Hey, Ian, what's going on? So got my new Chevy High Performance magazine in, and they did an article in the back from L&R Classic Auto, and that happens to be a 1960 Chevy Impala 348, yeah, W motor with a 4-speed. Back then, that they were all Borg Warner T10s, but it was quite interesting. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. It was quite interesting to sit there and see it. So I decided to go to their webpage, and let's share this. And this is their webpage, and you have a lot of nice cars in there, and hardly any rust. It's all surface rust. 120 acres that include 8,000 parts cars ranging from the 20s to the 80s. But this is one thing I wanted to see, or let's see, where was it? Now I got to find it again. Let's go try the gallery. Yep, right there. 1927 Ford. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
So right there is a 1927 Ford Model T Coupe. And Dizzy's is, if I remember correctly, he's looking for a cab, but I don't think the coupe will be able to work for him for the cab for his pickup truck. And I can't remember what year pickup truck he was running.
I think it's 28.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. They just don't have the. It's a 5-window, isn't it?
Yeah. There's so much junk pulled up inside this thing.
I have to make it bigger. Boom.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is a place I found out of saw the beginning out of this month's Chevy High Performance. They did an article.
I'm thinking they just add the. I don't know if it just had a different bottom on it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking here is if you look in the back, in the back of it, where the it's sort of like the turtle shell comes down off the back of it. I think that's just a bolt-on piece in the cab.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of the one. I got a 31, but it's. I'm trying to think how the pickup bed goes on there.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just a plate that covers up the. Well, no, it's all one piece though. Those back ends pressed out one piece on the 31. The fenders.
The back fenders, you mean
Well, I mean not the fenders, but the side panels.
I call it the turtle.
It's all one piece from the door.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I can look. I got it on my phone. Boop, 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 boop.
Thank you, Ian. Coming into the fall here, my sinuses go through from going to dry to wet. So to have fun with me on it. There was one other thing I wanted to show. Let's see the gallery. Is this in here?
Hey.
Right here. 47 Chevy sedan delivery. Now that would make a hell of a dirt bike hauler for T-Dub and Pat.
The Jonathan W.'s got a 50. He's a 52. He's been working on. He got a couple of them
Here,
that he's making a.
I'll put the link in if anybody wants to join us. But yeah, I just found this junkyard more or less, and it's all classic cars. So I'm gonna have to find out.
There in Vegas.
I might see a road trip in my future.
That's an old Jeep there. American Motors.
Yeah. Got some nice cars in here. A couple of good project cars. 51 Ford Coupe.
Ha! Grandmother had a 52.
62
There was no sheriff department
car.
Yeah.
62 Chevy Impala factory 7 factory air car. I got a friend who'll die for that. Let's see what the next page brings. 58 T-Bird. 55 Ford panel. My dad had one of those.
Oh, look at that 58 Bel Air.
Yep. No, I think that's an Impala. It's got all the dressing for the Impala going down the sides, Mark. I don't know. You can't blow these up.
Oh, what was the Biscayne? Excuse me. Those were the cars when I was little. That's what everybody drove.
Yeah.
Oh, the Biscayne was a convertible. That's why.
What was let's see, where was it?
There was a Falcon.
Yep.
They still make those down in Argentina. They had some, and they're like in the 70s. They had those square headlights on them and stuff.
Ian's in bed already. What time is it back there?
11 o'clock almost. 20 to 11.
You got to be kidding me. It's Friday night. 10:37.
We know he's getting old.
Bet you if I showed a chunk of brass on here, he'd get up.
It'd have to be copper. He'd pay attention on brass, but he'd get out of bed for copper.
They got an 85 IROC Z28 Camaro, 38,000 original miles on it. They're asking 85 for it. Ooh, Austin Healey kit car. Let's see, where was it? No, I can't find it.
Those Austin Healey's used to be reasonable.
Yeah.
You could, they were little clunkers. I see. Oh, look, his ears perked up in his little headphones. Mention copper. I have a copper clock over there.
What's going on, guys?
I'm at another junkyard. This one's up in Idaho.
Nice.
Hey, Parker.
How's it going?
I got to go back here. I found, see the 47 Chevy sedan delivery? That would make a nice dirt bike hauler.
Have to have a dirt bike first.
Yeah, well, get the hauler first. Dirt bike's nothing.
I already want a truck. That'll haul a dirt bike around just fine.
Oh. But I found this. This was in this month's Hot Rod.
Nice.
They had an article in the back on a 348 Chevy W motor with a 4-speed. So, but anyway, we'll put this down.
I'm expecting a package, so if I disappear, I've gone to the door.
Expecting a package.
Yeah, they said between 2:30 and 6:30, so it could be 8 o'clock. Who knows?
Depends
Sounds
on
like
who's delivering it.
Sounds like our cable provider out here. We'll be there between 8 and 4.
Well, usually they're pretty good because it's an Amazon delivery, but it's UPS is delivering it. But they usually don't get here till like 7. So that surprised me when they said 2:30 to 6:30.
UPS around here is around 4:30. FedEx comes anytime.
Well, it depends. Sometimes I get UPS early, but it depends on which truck they stuck it on. If it's on the mall truck, I'll get it before 5 o'clock because he has to empty out before he goes to the mall.
All right.
Because he picks up it's after when he's dumping. So
Oh. I'm working on side work at the moment, so
Oh, you are? Who for?
new company, brass 2 copper mechanical. They're getting in a sprinkler game.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
So
We
who
just-
got your name?
Huh?
How did they get your name?
I did inspections with one of the guys who's pretty much superintendent.
No. Okay. All right. Well, Mom finally picked out the color.
Must be a cold day in hell.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
out of all those choices,
Huh? Out of all those choices. Yeah,
like
exactly.
the big pamphlet stack on there.
Uh-huh. Oh, why did I delete that? What color?
All right.
Poker.
The blue,
Uh,
the blue here,
That looks like white.
the yellow here, excuse me, is the walls.
Yeah, it looks like cream.
The blue,
Bedrooms are.
the blue is the vanity, and the gray is the floor.
So she's going with
The package.
like a cream color. What?
It's a yellow color
Is it cream?
called sunflower seed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put that it's got a little, did you put it's got a little squish on the bottom of it? Well, because it's in the tolerance,
Excuse me.
I'll find out when I open it up.
Oh, look at Ian's ears perked up. Did somebody mention Kappa?
Well, yeah, they're supposed to send it today, and they said it round.
You want to go for it?
Check it out.
Yeah, I might get in trouble Monday from
Why?
Dale.
From what?
He was giving me crap about how much time I've taken off.
Oh,
He goes, there's a policy, time and stuff like that.
what, sick time you've taken off?
I
Huh?
called in Thursday.
Oh,
Well, actually, I went to work because I was going to try and stick it out, but I puked on the road, puked in the parking lot, and then I was trying to get home before I puked again.
okay.
Too much
What did
gin
you-
the night before.
Huh?
Too much gin the night before.
No. Okay.
I don't think anything's going to happen, really.
No, not if you saw you puking.
Dale didn't see me.
Okay. I don't think they'll say anything.
I'm not too worried about it.
Well, no, actually, the policy is pretty much the same throughout all the jurisdictions. I mean, that you take off, but when you exceed the third day, then you need a doctor's excuse to come back to work. So,
I haven't taken 3 days off in a
yeah.
row. except for like vacation time.
So,
Vacation? You live in Vegas, isn't it a vacation every day?
only
No.
when you come here, Mark.
No, it's only when you live at a casino do you vacation every day. We just watched the U.S. Indianapolis movie, USS Indianapolis with Nicolas Cage. We just watched that. Well, I started watching it, and
With Nicolas Cage.
yeah,
What was it? 900 and some odd guys went into the water and they rescued 300 and something.
I think it was more than that. Let me look it up.
Hey, Scrapping Irish, what's going on?
We already started the live stream.
Yeah. Starts at 2:30.
No. $1,190 crewmen aboard. Approximately 300 went down with the ship. The remaining 890 faced exposure, dehydration, saltwater poisoning, and shark attacks. Only,
So how many did they pull out?
Navy. Oh, come on, 316.
I thought it was around 900 went in and they pulled out about 300. Yeah.
Yeah, but just as many went down with the ship that survived.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know the captain committed suicide either.
Yeah, because the government sat there and found him guilty.
Well, they found him guilty of failing to zigzag.
Mm-hmm. Endangering his ship.
Yeah, but they cleared him on failure to order the abandoned ship. So yeah, he committed suicide in 1968. Using his Navy issue revolver. He was discovered on his front lawn by his gardener with a toy soldier in one hand and his revolver in the other.
Yeah. And then I think it was
Clinton.
It was Clinton who exonerated him.
Yeah, and cleared his record.
Oh, Rich?
Hell of a thing to do after the guy blows his brains out in his front yard.
96, so 28 years later, almost 30 years.
Yeah.
No, it was 2000, so yeah, it was over 30 years later.
So
I'm still here. I'm unpacking on the other side of the camera.
you're
Christmas.
unpacking?
It's Christmas and
Christmas at Mark's house.
And the thing I love, it's like one of the guys came up to him and said, out of all the ships we lost, you're the only one that gets court-martialed.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fucked up area. I'm gonna put another in the wall. Maybe if we put it there.
Jesus, what did you get, Mark?
Oh, it's a big package.
Oh.
Drew is drooling right now, but he can't see anything. They packed it in 2 different boxes, so cut it out of the sarcophagus.
Yeah, it does sound interesting. Oh, what we hear is Mark talking and wrestling with a box of packing material.
You gotta get blades to open. No shit. Oh, it's packed in there pretty good, but that's what we're doing there.
Can't go through that wall.
That's stupid. Oh, I gotta use the blade.
We're gonna be in the trusses, putting sprinkler pipe over the stairs.
Yeah, put it about 5 foot, so then somebody coming down, they definitely get nailed.
No, it's going over the stairs.
Hey, Mark, remember
Hey, what?
Emily, the granddaughter who busted her right thumb?
Yeah.
Well, Thursday she sat there and at the beginning of September, she got the cast off the right thumb. So then Thursday they're doing this charitable event to where you donate money on how many obstacles that the kids are going to accomplish through this obstacle park. And she goes ahead and Emily breaks her left wrist. So she's back in the cast again.
Technically, she broke her arm. The radial bone's part of the arm.
Yeah.
It's the one that follows your thumb down, so it's your inside bone.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that. So at least Emily's already caught up to me in a matter of 6 months. Broken thumb and a broken arm.
Yeah.
Drew, are you watching?
Mark's got a new guitar.
Shit, I can't get it out of there.
It looks to be a 12-string.
Well, the neck's still attached, so that's good. A little striptease. Whoa.
12-string acoustic. The suspense is killing me. Oh, so
It didn't come damaged.
It looks pretty good.
It's almost in tune.
Oh, that sounds in tune.
My thumb, I'm talking about. It's almost in tune. Oh, it's electric acoustic is what it is.
Oh, even better. Hook it up to an amp.
Cool.
Well, it didn't get damaged. The box was a little cushy. That's why I was taking pictures of so much.
Oh,
Little brown sunburst. Ta-da. Oh, them knobs.
whose brand is it?
Huh?
Whose brand is it?
It's
What
a
name?
Takami.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got a case. Now I need to put together the stand to stick it in. Put the weight on there.
What happened to the screen? I saw it move.
I was presenting Mark and then I went back to the three of us.
I'm stopping by tomorrow morning, probably before 9.
Okay. Why?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay.
No, Drew's been wanting a 12-string, and they had it popped up on Amazon like $175 off.
Damn.
They had one left. So I guess they were closing out their stock and to get more in.
Uh-huh.
So they were it was really on sale. I said, oh shit. Drew goes, sounds good to me.
What was that?
I was going to say, Drew, are you tone deaf?
Well, I couldn't ship it to Canada. They wouldn't ship it up there or something.
They wouldn't let you. Amazon wouldn't ship to Canada.
No, not the guitar. I think it's because they didn't want it to get damaged or something. So.
Okay.
I probably go through customs, make sure there's no coke or meth in it.
Okay. Cool. Well, now we need a video. Now we'll need a video from Drew playing the dang thing.
Now it's mine until he gets it. I can put my little baby amp into it. I got a little Fender amp this big.
Oh,
Well, like,
Yeah,
how
it
they look
was,
ugly.
Soft case and a set of strings, a strap, and a stand.
cool. He's set then.
Yeah, he was hunting for one of the, which I think that one up there was almost 900 Canadian,
Whoa.
which is 679 here, or 649 or 679. I can't remember, but it was $475 here or on sale.
I didn't like a 12 string because once it went out of tune, it took forever to. Well, for me, it took forever to tune it back in. It throws over a bear.
Well, I have an auto tuner, but I don't know. It's for 6. I don't know if it does. I guess it does 12. I don't know if there's a specific one for a 12 string.
So what would be more demanding? We'll say that one.
Okay.
Oops. No
I
cap.
don't know. I've never had an auto tuner.
But they were supposed to ship it today, and they sent it ground. I'm thinking so it didn't get
Banged up.
airplane. It got squished in the. Both boxes got squished.
So what are you
It
going to
was-
pack? Are you going to pack it back up in the original box and send it that way, or are you going to put it in?
No, I'll go to Canada all the time. So
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll just carry it up there.
Okay. Cool.
But it was in a guitar box, a form fit, and then it was in another box, and then it was in another box. I think that's why they shipped it that way, because it got a little squishy on one end. I was a little worried.
When I shipped Hazy my guitar, I sat there and it was in the case, and that was a form-fitting case on it. And then I took it down to Box Brothers, which is a company here in town that boxes and ships stuff, and you get any size box from them too for shipping. And I took it down there and I paid them an extra, what was it, $20 for them to pack it up and ship it. And then that way they guarantee it to get there. And if it got there damaged, then I insured it for $500. And if it got there damaged, then Hazy got $500.
Well, that's what I've got now. I have the box that came in over there, was packed in that box, which is packed in that box. So now I have a bunch of boxes to get rid of. But it came with a soft case.
Okay. Yeah, the one I shipped out was a form-fitting hard case. Well, you saw it. You were there at the party when he unpacked it.
This one came with all that for free. They had it with you could get it with by itself, or you could get it with a hard case. This one just happened to have a soft case, a stand, a strap, a set of strings, and a pick assortment. A little bit of everything in there. That was for free.
Oh, it all came as a package kit.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Outstanding. So hopefully I wrap up this bathroom come Monday. That's my Monday or Tuesday.
I thought you would have painted the wood light fixture like you did the cabinet. She wanted the lights spread out. Is what she wanted.
Yeah, she wanted them out further apart, and then plus we got that light fixture, and we sat there and said, okay, cool, because it was the 9-piece one in there, and so we took the 9-piece out, and then we sat there and put that one in there, and neither one of us liked it, so we sat there and said, well, I ain't taking it down and putting the 9-piece back in, the 9-bulb back in there. We just leave it, and we just left it. So But Richard is a buddy of mine, an old Air Force buddy of mine, and he's retired IBEW electrician. And plus, you name the tool, he's got it. If not, he'll make the tool so he has it then.
Well, is that going to offset it since the hole's on one side, or do you cut the center where the holes in the?
I'm going to drill the center and sit there and relocate that and
Okay.
then mount it. All right, Drew, you take it easy. Have a good weekend.
Well, that's what I was wondering. In other words, you just have one cut in.
Yeah.
So you're going to put it towards the door wall?
I'll drill a hole in the center of the fixture itself, and then mount that roughly right around the box, because the box is center in the wall over the mirror. And then I just got to extend the leads to it, and then put a grounding tap on the fixture, which is no biggie, and put the outer piece on, and then put the bulbs in and be done with it. But all these weird light fixtures are coming up with for bathrooms now.
I have sconces. I got 3 of them.
Okay.
Well, I have a mirrored one like your flat one, except it's mirrored. In one, it's got 5 lights in it, 6 lights.
All right.
The other bathroom has got a long cabinet in it, so it had sconces, and I didn't like, so I bought different sconces for it. And it also has a nightlight sconce that's on the wall. You can adjust the picture to it, or the brightness, which I thought was odd.
18.6.
But since I've replaced the valves in the shower, which backs up to that wall, I had to cut a hole in the wall anyway. So
Yeah. Well, that's what I ended up having to do with the upstairs bathroom when I remodeled it, is sitting there. 2 of the angle stops were bad, so I had to open that up, and then that's a pain to do. And so I replaced the angle stops and got those back in. And I mean, that took a whole day in itself to sit there and replace those.
well, this was 40 something years old. It's 62 when they built this one. I
Okay.
bought it in 03. So my plumber lives down the street, so I just had him come and replace every valve in this place.
Okay.
Because we got hard water, so the soft water runs through the sinks, but the toilets are all hard water. So I've lived here for so many years. I said, there's nothing in there. Go in there and replace all of them. So
Yeah. Replace them all.
he goes, if you turn them on and off every once in a while, they work forever. And I said, yeah, but nobody ever does that.
David Collins is in the house. Hey, David, what's going on? Bathrooms are a real headache. Yeah, they can be.
I thought you'd at least paint the wall behind the commode and then put the commode back in.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of that, but I'm enjoying walking up the
So I
stairs.
hadn't figured out they have a little expansion plug you can get to put in there.
I was thinking of sitting there, the 4-inch drain plug in the floor, get a big funnel
Well, yeah,
and stick that in there. You know,
if it's short, she can use it too.
call it. Yeah, but I got to get this done because this weekend we're doing a massive garage cleaning.
Yeah, you don't want to go traipsing upstairs.
No, Pat's saying no, we're not going to do it this
You
weekend.
said the 12th.
Yeah, not this weekend, the following weekend.
I was going to say,
Yeah. Yeah,
you're
not
about to
this
get your house egged if you're trying to push it on me on this weekend. I'll come over and egg your house. I got 5 eggs left in this house.
Okay. No, it's next weekend. It's the weekend. Let's see. Yeah, it is the 12th, Saturday the 12th. We're pulling everything out of the garage. We're going to scrub the floor and dust everything off. We're going to move the drill press and the bandsaw back into the garage and throw out a bunch of stuff and put stuff back.
Oh, whoa. Mine is 2'7". I went a little too far there.
I'm gonna talk to Pat's stepson and see if he wants to come up and earn 20 or 30 bucks. Has anybody had that anxiety dream of going into the bathroom and nothing but a hole where someone had took the toilet out?
I don't think so.
I haven't had that one yet, David.
No, but they have toilets that are just a hole.
Yeah, well, go to the Far East and you'll see it. Just a hole in the floor.
If you want, you can talk to her. That's Brianna. Or just call her.
You're out hunting.
Just call her.
Dig a little hole.
Yeah.
Want me to?
Me, I have a 5-gallon bucket that has a lid that lifts. Whoop.
What did I saw on one of these hunting shows? It was a toilet that had a toilet seat on it, but it was over a 5-gallon bucket, and it was attached all to a frame that you slid into your receiver on your trailer hitch.
Yeah.
On the back of your pickup.
I got one for a friend of mine had rectal cancer.
So if it closes, it's on
And
you.
he worked out in the field. I got him one to put on his. I got him a bucket one, and then I said, you know, they make this one, and I was at Cabela's, and they had that one that slides in the receiver hitch. I hooked on there all the time.
You have that dream all the time, David? Okay, I can believe. I feel sorry for you. So anyway, yeah. So it's going to be massive garage cleaning next Saturday. I don't think I'll make Dizzy's show because we got to pull everything out and put it in the driveway along with the Camaro, except for the tool bench that'll stay and the refrigerator, but everything and the 2 shelving units under the cabinets, but everything else will be coming out.
Have you decided what you're going to do with the floor?
Nope.
Well, then everything goes back to one side, so you can decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Put everything back on the other side.
So we can figure out what we're going to do to the floor, but this needs the massive cleaning.
Because it takes a couple of days for the epoxy to cure.
Mm-hmm.
If you roll it out on there, they have it with the sprinkle stuff. You can put the sprinkles in it.
Yeah, we did that to T-Dub's garage in his house when he purchased a new house here before he moved. Well, that was a couple years prior to him moving to Texas. Well, what did David say? You know, you don't think of those things at 4 a.m. when you wake up, and so you can really. Okay.
Well, maybe you're walking into the shower.
Yeah.
So turn a light on.
Well, knock on wood, I don't get up at 4 a.m. going to the bathroom yet. And we're knocking on wood there. So.
No, it's when you don't wake up at 4 a.m. and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that becomes a mess. Becomes a big mess.
And you just dreamed you went to the bathroom at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I was hoping that Dizzy would come on when I found this website with the Model T coupe in there. But I'll have to ask him tomorrow. Because he said he doesn't have it. He's got the bed, but he doesn't have the cab. Ha ha ha. That like never works in the dream. Okay, T-Double just texted me. He'll be on as soon as he's done eating dinner. Hey, Drew's back.
Well, yeah, it's 5 o'clock here. I was up all last night. Up grading Windows 10 finally. Finally got my 8.1 to tape updates. It only took 2 weeks to figure that out. I kept watching YouTube deals, and then some of them were good, some of them didn't work. Then I saw one that said, "Well, just do the offline update." So I went to Microsoft, found out what update was supposed to be in there before I did that update, and I had it. So I
Okay.
just downloaded it and put it on without it hooked to the internet, and it worked. So then when I turned it back on, it started taking updates. So I spent 4.5 hours updating it last night. I don't think it's updated since just after I bought the damn thing.
I don't know. This one's getting old, long in the tooth, as they say. I think we're going on about.
It does it in the background, but I don't remember it, and I didn't have it turned on for the last 3 years. But it's fast enough for Windows 10.
This the one I got. I think is about
on it too, so I'm going to update it.
is about 7 years old, and Dell made it. So
That was our first computer. Back when he was working in the garage.
my first computer was a Zenith Heathkit, and I built it myself.
Ooh. Yeah, it had DOS on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Hey,
My-
and then Zenith Heathkit sat there and noticed that I can buy a 20. What was it? Not gigabyte. God, what was the first hard drives coming out? It wasn't gigabyte.
512 or it's 256
Megabyte.
or 12.
Megabyte. Yeah, 20 megabyte hard drive. And man, you thought you were in heaven then.
And now we're on the terabyte.
5.25.
and never. And then what was it? Oh, and then I got the memory card and I brought it up to 512K. Stand back. I was smoking.
First one I built was had a gigabyte. It was you had to special order all of it. It was cost me $7,800 to build it.
Damn. That must have been a computer.
And then I had a laptop made about 3-4 years later, and it cost me the same amount as my first desktop cost.
Pat made a computer about 3 years ago that I thought that was quite unique, that he's got a radiator in it with liquid cooling.
You know,
Mhm.
the liquid cooled ones. That's for
Mhm.
somebody that just has way too much time on their hands.
And I sat there and I said, what is it? It come to that now? The processors need that much now?
When you want to overclock them, yeah, then you need stable cooling in the air. You know, the fan with the radiator or the heat sink just doesn't do it anymore.
Mm.
I can stably run my processor to 4.4 gigs, no problem. I'm already pricing out my next build. My next build is going to be about 2,500,
Oh man.
and that one's going to blow this one out of the water.
I like it. I like David. He said, I was in heaven when I got a 20 megabyte drive and 640K of RAM. Well, that was me on that Zenith Heathkit. It was 256 per memory board. And then I got the extra memory board. And I thought I was smoking then. And all I was doing was running hydraulic calcs on it and typing letters in Word. And I still have that. I still have the disk, the 5.25-inch floppy disk for Microsoft Word when I got that computer, because Word came with it.
I probably have them in there. I don't think I've ever thrown any one away. I have a brand new box of 5.25. I don't think I have a reader for it anymore. I had a standalone reader there one time.
All right, where did I leave off?
Actually, I want to say I got 2 5.25s. That is the Calc program I purchased back in the 80s. And I got a place in California that will put them on either a chip or 3.5s or on CD-ROM for you. I was over the moon when I got more balls on my Jesus, Ian.
Ian.
Yeah.
I was over the moon when I got more balls on my abacus.
10 foot 11 and 9. Oh wait, no,
Do
we're
that
gonna do.
calculus then.
Yeah, but all Ian could count up to is 20.
Were they copper balls?
Or 21 if he dropped his pants.
So I forget he's got 2 balls down there to count too. It's 23 now.
Uh-oh, stand back.
So
That's
why is that
CCR. That sounds like CCR.
moving furniture and cleaning dust bunnies and updating the computer, and then I didn't know when they were going to bring the guitar, and then they finally told me about 10 o'clock it'd be between 2:30 and 6:30.
Well, we got up this morning and then got interested in the TV show. Once that was over, we went to the Home Depot and stood there and was looking at the color charts. It was between an off-white and a yellow, back and forth. And then we finally picked that and got a gallon of that mixed up. And then she wanted to go to Walmart, and I took her to Walmart. And then we had to go to the grocery store and do some shopping. And the time we got back here was around 11, and I got changed into dirty clothes, and then I started painting the baseboards in the door, all the white stuff, the baseboards in the back of the door and everything else. Put the baseboards in yesterday, or the shoe molding to hold the floor down.
I watched the video.
Tell you one thing, though, I'm getting pretty good with the miter saw and sitting there putting in the molding. And I love my little pneumatic nailer. That thing's great.
That little looks like a bunch of pins you can push in to get the angle and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If it's ideal, it forms it, so you just
Yeah.
up to a different piece.
But I used, well, when I did, you saw what I did is I sat there and I cut the bottom of the door trim so I could slide the tile right underneath the door, or right underneath the trim. I was sitting there scrolling all those lines and everything else. I don't know if I could sit there and do that. I've never done that. I've always cut the bottom of the trim and slid the floor in underneath there.
Yeah, I was talking about the hold down piece where you put that little piece in there.
You know, I'd sit there and be cutting away and everything else and go, okay, fine, got it and everything, and then fit it and go, oh shit, throw that one away. All right, grab another piece, let's go. And finally I sat there and I said, nah, because
Well, it's like crown molding is backwards and reversed.
so, I mean, my dad was showing me this stuff. He'd sit there, and actually, if you think of the houses that were built back in the 50s, it didn't have any really decorative molding per se. It was more of well, the house that he had was more of a flat, sort of like started off thin and then rolled over, went 3.5 inches and rolled almost 90 degrees back to the wall. And there was no.
On my house, my house is a 62. Try buying that stuff.
Oh,
They
that's
don't make that size anymore.
That's going to be a pain.
I had to get one for the old house. It was built.
Something's not right.
But we had an old lumber yard, and they still had old stock. I bought like 4 or 5 pieces of it and just stuck it up in the garage attic.
Our old house, it was built back in the 70s, and I was still able to find a door and a baseboard for that.
Mm-hmm.
But back then they used what they used for the baseboard. They ended up using for the door frame too. So I mean, if you,
Well, my door frame isn't that big, but my baseboard is nice, chunky size.
well,
But I don't know who painted it. They did a great job because all I do is wash it. And I don't think the people that had it before me painted it. They painted the crown molding though. They may have painted it. But it's a great enamel. So I just scrub it every once in a while.
okay.
I just make sure I paint the walls something that matches the trim.
Wonder why it found so many errors.
You got a seriously pissed off look on your face there. What are you doing, running calcs?
Yeah, I'm setting up a calc and I'm trying to figure out why my calc didn't compute. It gave me an error, and I didn't connect the second floor piping to the first floor piping.
Oh, yeah. Your source comes from the first floor. Okay.
Well, just as long as it goes to the second floor, it'll fall down into the first floor.
Yeah, but I figured it out.
You have to fill up
Face for a while.
but it can just run through and go down.
Now let's see. Hit the calculate button. Uh-oh. Oh, now it's telling me I got to disconnect the pipe.
I got wood paneling in this one, but I thought about taking it off, and then because when I did my windows, they had to take my plantation shutter frames.
No.
There it is.
They just weren't going to work. Well, it's not.
Hey, 88 Katana is in the house.
Hey,
We watched the Property Brothers, and they're doing the remodel of the Brady house. That they had a series going on that, and they sitting there trying to duplicate the panel that was in Mike Brady's office, and everything else, and they don't make panel like that anymore. So what they did is they sprayed the wall, they painted the wall black, and then stained a whole bunch of different width boards, pine boards, one color, and then they just sat it up on the wall and then put spacers in between. And when they got it all done, it looked like the old style paneling where you had the 4x8 sheets that you had, where you had a slat, then a black thin line, then a slat, and then that's how they did that.
Green right now, but I'm thinking because when I took my plantation shutters out for the new windows, they didn't finish the sheetrock, and I went, what the hell? And I haven't trimmed it out yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to put back in there.
Okay.
I got to look at it, and I knew my paneling was thick because I had to run cable up, but I got to looking at it, and I think somebody put paneling over paneling. It's on the sheetrock, so it must have been stuck on with liquid nails or something, and they couldn't take it off, so they just put new paneling over the top of it.
My dad's house, he had to put furring strips along the sheetrock wall, and then it was the old tongue and groove paneling that went together all the way around the one wall in the living room. Pat, remember the light paneling in there, and then around the side in the hallway, the closet, and then down the back wall. But that stuff was a pain to set up.
That's how our house was in Kessler. Granddad's had that big wide veneer sheet. And I don't know if it was veneer, it was just big wide boards.
I mean, the paneling that I was used to growing up is you go buy a 4x8 sheet of it like sheetrock, and you just take some finishing nails with some barbs on it and just sit there, and they're the same color as the ribbing, the black ribbing material, and you just nail them in and sink them in. And
yeah, well, that's what I've got in here.
you got a panel wall.
It's built in, I think, 1950, but it was a custom deal, and they had paneling that was sealing the floor, but it was like a 4-foot board that had a grain to it, and it was all matched.
Oh, the grain matched all the way up?
Yeah, no, it was one piece. It was one big board. They spent. Okay. That's why the people sold the house. They couldn't afford it, I guess, because he bought it right after they built it because they couldn't keep it.
Hey, Katana, I called my brother. He just got back into town, and I gave him your phone number. So I don't know if he got with you. I still have some of the stuff in my room in my basement. Yeah, everybody's basement had that stuff in it. I'll be right back. I need a refill.
It's called the junk closet. It's the stuff you box up and you move 5 or 6 times, and all of a sudden you go, Where did this come from?
Mm-hmm.
I found a box when I moved out of the old house that mother packed. I had my school papers when I was in the second or third grade. All kinds of stuff in there.
It's crazy what you find moving.
A little jewelry box, I guess. I don't know what it was.
Mm-hmm. 8'11" minus 7'6".
Mother used to collect teapots.
Teapots.
Yeah, when we moved from Wichita down here, it was. I think the box got shoved underneath the stairs. We had a big walk-in angle closet. Went under the stairs. I
Mm-hmm.
cleaned that out one day, and I found the whole box of tea. I always wondered where the teapots went. And that was, I don't know, 15, 20 years after we moved.
Well, Katana, he'll be calling from Haynesville. That's where he lives. So I think his area code is 847.
Nobody answers numbers anymore from calls. You're not in my contact list.
Like I said, these guys need to build a phone service where you program in all the phone numbers that you know that you want the phone to answer or ring through to your house, let's say. And everybody else gets, and if you don't know the number, then it gets dumped to the answering machine and it doesn't ring through to the house. I want a phone system like that.
I don't know. I think it does it on the iPhone. I think you can select that.
No, you can block the numbers on the
But I
iPhone.
don't answer it. If I don't want to talk to them, I just don't answer anyway. I get calls up. Well, now they're all, they use the area code you're in when they do that shit.
Actually, what I would like on the iPhone, if you sit there and hit a button and this comes up.
They have emojis you can make now.
Yeah, I
Have you seen
know.
the emoji thingies?
But no, you sit there and the phone call comes through on your iPhone and you don't know who it is. And you hit one button that sits there and says, well, I can't get to the phone right now. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. Well, then I want the one that sits there and you hit the button that gives you this. So then the guy gets the drift. Don't call my number again.
Well, I know they have a self answer. I guess they could have a self text. They call it, text them back.
Yeah. Don't call me.
Well, David says they have it and get it for you.
Oh, well, let me know what the brand is, David, and the model. Okay.
Yeah, I got a call. It was somebody in my contact list, and they didn't call. It was somebody that the computer just happened to pick that number.
Uh-huh.
Because I go, what? And I answered it, and it was some sales crap. So I texted Sherry, who's my plumber's wife. It's a friend of John that had died. It's his wife's sister. So I'll have them in my phone because if I couldn't get hold of Johnny, I just call Sherry. And
The one I get it.
I said, did you change numbers? And she goes, no. I said, well, I got a call from your number on my contact list, and it was not you. She goes, oh shit. I said, you may be getting a bunch of calls, people calling you back.
Yeah, David, I do have a landline phone. That's what I'm talking about for the landline. I'm old school, so I probably always will have a landline. No, the one call I like coming through is the guys with the Social Security sitting there telling you that your Social Security's been on lockdown because of this and that and everything else, and if you don't sit there and do this, I'm going to have to send some federal agents. And so I told them, send them, bring them on.
Yeah. Let them come.
I'll have a pot of coffee on for them. Let's go. And then I pissed off my wife on this one. We had the solicitor call, or the people who call to get your opinion, public opinion calls. This girl called and she sat there and she says, well, I need 5 minutes of your time. I want to conduct a public opinion on your views on a certain item. And I sat there and I said, okay, fine. I'll answer all your questions as long as I get to ask you a question first and you answer it. And she goes, okay, fine. And so I asked her, I said, do you spit or swallow? Click. And I looked at my wife and I said, she ain't calling back here again.
I was getting, when Beto was running, I was getting all kinds of calls for him. I answered one of them. She goes, I go, you really? I'll tell you exactly what.
I told one guy, I sat there and I said, how much you making for this? Well, that's none of your business. And I sat there and I says, well, I need to know because I charge for it. So if you want to stay on the phone with me, it starts at $50 a minute. So he hung up too. So,
But you get a free minute after 15.
yeah, I know what those free dinners are.
Oh, damn it.
Is it calcing out?
Well, I'm on to a different drawing now. I'm
Oh.
just getting it set up because basically this company hasn't even picked what water meter they're going to be using. So
Hold it, wait. David Collins says, got one today. Your subscription is about to run out. Call this number to avoid an automatic charge. Click. I wish Congress would get off their dead ass and quit trying to impeach Clinton. Quit trying to impeach Trump and sit there and vote that law through to sit there and make robocalls illegal. Do your job for once.
Well, I have to do my call list, but it does. I guess it cuts them out, some of them, but every once in a while I'll get a whole bunch of them. I don't even, if they don't leave a message, because it comes up telling them who I am when they go to my voicemail.
Well, that's mostly who I get on the landline are all robocalls. But that's the line that my brothers and sisters call.
I have an internet phone.
You know, I got a cell phone. That's the line they call.
Well, I had a landline, but they changed the deal and went doing it on there. It's because it's the cable company,
Yeah,
AT&T. Because
I got
they put landline in, but they quit doing landlines.
I got Vonage. I can call worldwide, and it still costs me only $20 a month.
Well, I mean, I've got Net Talk,
Well,
so it's $25 a year.
a year?
A year, yeah. It's a little, and well, it was. I got to find out because I got to redo it. It goes out October 6th, so I remember they sent me an email and said you need to renew. But I call Canada on it all the time. It's free North America, so that's Canada.
Okay.
But I can actually use it on my cell phone. I've got an app for it. But it doesn't cost me anything to call on my cell phone anyway. But
Vonage has an app. You can do the same thing now.
3 people have that number. I have 4 people. I got it a local number in Denver because my sister called.
Okay.
But she doesn't have long distance calls. She said, I don't want long distance. I don't call anybody. I have a cell phone.
Well, we had two.
So she dialed local on her phone. So if I get any, it's only got her and
Hey, Mark,
Richard.
look at the chat. David asked you a question.
What did I get? A big crushed box with a crushed box on the inside, with a scoochie box on the inside of that, and a 12-string guitar with no marks. And the neck was still attached.
All right, Katana, we'll see you later. Peace.
How do I make it smaller?
And a soft case, which I guess I ought to roll. And a polishing bar. Came with a polishing bar.
So what are you going to pack that on? I'll back up in the box and take it on the airplane? Check it in as baggage?
I'll drive when I go to Canada.
Oh, you drive?
Yep.
Oh, that's a heck of a drive for you.
From Texas to Canada.
From Texas to Canada?
Yep. Takes one day.
Screw that.
Chromagast.
But you fly to Vegas.
It takes a day.
It takes a day going out there too.
What, driving or flying?
From Cabot, it's not a day. Go through the Continental Divide there at the Plains of St. Augustine,
Okay.
where the radio satellites are, or dishes, radio telescope.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Continental Divide runs through. Then I go through the Petrified Forest in Arizona, over by the meteor crater, and then you sort of hit the dam and you're in Nevada.
You make it sound so simple.
It's a nice drive out there.
All
I
right, let
wonder
me,
if I change those back. Is it going to kill my calc?
okay, well, I'm going to share
Nope.
the screen here. I got a question to ask everybody.
I drove to Worcester. Yeah, I
Size does matter, Dad. She lied.
Here's a drone I'm looking at getting.
Is that the Mavic Air? I guess I could make that bigger.
Only if it was that easy.
That's what she said, Mark.
You have to put little numbers on there.
It's called Blade 720. But here's the neat thing about it. Look how it folds up. And then you take your iPhone,
Air folds up like that.
and then you take your iPhone and put it in the controller, and you can video right onto your iPhone from the camera on the drone.
Yeah, that's how that Mavic works.
They need to get a DJI. That's what you need to get.
You get an adapter where you can put your iPad on there if you need a bigger picture.
And he would.
Is it worth the price tag? Well, what's the?
It's $100.
The drone's only $100.
Yeah, this is $100.
Jeez,
It's on sale. You get 50% off.
what kind of cameras it got in?
Let's see, where is it? Hang on.
Is it gimbaled? I guess it would be if it's in the drone.
Yeah.
If the drone was worth anything, it'd be gimbaled.
2 kilometers goes a mile and a half. Huh? Does it have autonomous return in case it goes past that 2 kilometers?
That is one thing you would want to look into, Dad.
See, where is it? It was
Come on.
right here. And everybody's telling me stop scrolling and let us read. Well, if you want to know about it, type in Blade 720. I saw it on a commercial and it looked interesting. And then I went to this website.
Too close to the stove.
It's foldable, controlled via iOS and Android, increased flight time. Goes 12 meters per second. Well, that's pretty quick. That'll get out of your line of sight real quick.
Altitude hold mode. The mode locks the height and the location of the drone so it can hover steady at one spot and capture great photos and videos. Built-in sensors prevent collisions with the ground and other obstacles. Oh, I need that.
Go over on Sunset at the parking lot next to the airport and play with it over there.
Oh yeah, get in trouble too.
Nah,
Sorry. I don't need to go to the Gray Bar Hotel.
I gotta catch you first. $9 It's a small bedroom.
So yeah, but I forgot they said something here about the camera, and I can't remember. Oh, should we do a video within a video?
I think YouTube will allow that.
I'm gonna blow you up again. Ooh.
Your account's gonna get put on
Yes,
suspension.
auto return.
That is a weird master bath. It's a lot of room for only one sink.
The Mavic, though, the way it's styled,
Huh?
I guess they copied the Mavic. Oh, you were hitting the little red thing because every time I would run my little cursor around it, you'd light up the. I go, wow, how am I doing that on his screen?
Okay.
Well, for what? $100.
Yeah, $100. I figured you can't go wrong.
Shit, 12 times before
Huh?
before you ruin a one what's Mavics, what, $1,000, something like that. The Pro.
Yeah.
That's something good to practice on. You got to get your FAA license for it. Stay below 400 foot. Don't fly in the TSA or the TSCA. TCSA.
Well, that's why Pat sat there and told me to go over by Sunset Road. That's right by the airport,
CSA.
and go
Oh,
flying.
yeah. They love it over there.
Yeah.
They might come. They have the Las Vegas police as part of Homeland Security, so they might send the other people out for it.
As a kid, I used to make my own kites with balsa wood and such. And right by my dad's house was Northbrook, and then going to the south was Glenview. And in Glenview, it was Glenview Naval Air Station, and it was an active air station at the time. And so one day I decided to sit there and make a kite and cover it all in tinfoil. Boy, did we have people over at our house.
Well, yeah, it sort of reflects
Yeah.
the radar signal.
Yeah, and sat there and turned around and sat there and my dad goes, "What did you do?" And I said, "Well, I made it out of tinfoil. I got tired of the paper ripping." And you know, being a cocky little son of a bitch, I knew exactly what it was going to do. So,
Do you have a big red star on it too?
so
Well,
needless to say, I was told not to make kites with tinfoil anymore. But I used to have fun doing that.
that looks like more than 15 square feet.
Okay, Pat's, you're still calcing?
I'm doing layouts now, but I only got one more floor plan to do.
What are you doing? A 3-story building?
It's going to be a new subdivision. Oh yeah, that's more than 15 square feet. No can do. And I got this floor plan I'm working on, and I got one more. So I'm doing layouts and calcs right now.
Huh.
You want me to share my screen so you guys can see what I'm doing?
Residential or commercial? Huh?
Jeez.
Yeah, you
Show
can
everybody.
work together. Make sure you feed it some water. We had Halon system at
That's
shop.
bad for the environment.
Anthony
Yeah.
Redneck, way of life. What's going on, man?
Cooking the oil out of core samples.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you leave? Then it
Well,
boils.
Halon, after
Yeah.
the 1983 Montreal Protocol, no new halon systems.
You can recharge your old one. That's
You
the
can
weird
recharge
thing.
the old ones, but you can't get a new one. And that stuff turned in to be freaking expensive. It costs you more than R12 does now to recharge.
Our office never did catch fire, but the neighbors did. I can't remember what they did over there. They had a sound studio or something and had electrical fire. Well, it set off our halon set.
Oh man. Did it discharge the gas?
Yeah, it's set to go. I was scared to death. I was cutting some steel shelving. Well, I had a big cutoff saw, and I
Yeah.
was out in the parking lot, and I had the door open, and I'm sitting there cutting away, and all of a sudden, the fucking lit up. Well, there wasn't a fire, so it didn't set off the halon, but the smoke set off the alarms, which automatically goes to the fire department.
Hmm.
So I called them. I said, they don't have to rush. It's not a fire. It's I was cutting something out in the parking lot, and the chainsaw smoke went inside the deal and set off the smoke alarm. So they can drive carefully when they come out.
Holy smokes.
Because they had to come out and reset it.
Well, filling those bottles ain't cheap. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, we had to go in with oxygen and everything else in those because we were boiling toluene to get the oil out of the cores.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
man.
the time it ever went off is it was in there was us and another building to the side that was connected, and that building burned.
We had a guy sitting there trying to backdoor it, and the deal is no new halon systems. So he had a halon system. He gutted his computer room, including the halon system. Okay, and he rebuilt it, and he wanted to put the halon system back in, but the problem was is he increased the size of his computer room, so that means he had to increase the size of the halon system. And we told him, nope, find something else. And he goes, well, why? I said, and I had to show him, and it's not, it wasn't local law, it wasn't state law, it was federal law that you can't do it. And so I sat there and said, it's not mine. I said, talk to your guys in Washington, not me. And so I said, then that's halon. What was the joke? Halon, it's just a gas. But you definitely don't want to be in the room when that stuff goes off.
You want to have a way out, at least as long as you can hold your breath.
You better hold your breath because the halon's taking the oxygen out of the air, and you ain't going to be able to breathe shit here in a minute.
Or, hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Ken. Or Anthony, I mean. I keep seeing Redneck. I'm thinking Redneck Connection. It's Mr. Sister is what I call him.
I wonder if we'll get Kenny coming in at the last minute when I try to sign off today.
Although Donna was on with Jimmy C's stream the other night and had a troll, and she was just whacking him good. It was because you can't hear anything when you're going on. So I look up and the lights are just flashing inside the bay in there.
The other thing that was really nasty was the old foam for aircraft for foaming down a runway because it was made of cow and pig intestines and everything else, and it was highly corrosive. But when we were in Southeast Asia, to sit there and turn around and sit there and to get our lawn going, we get the fire department to come up after they do a foam test and sit there and empty their tanks on our lawn in front of Transit Alert, and it'd be nice green grass, and it was a couple of days afterwards. But man, in the hot jungle, if they had to foam a runway down to sit there and get a plane coming in, that's the last thing you wanted to be downwind of. Whew. Okay, what's going on here?
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, Pat's getting frustrated again.
No, I keep getting something in my eye.
Oh,
Well, you're supposed to have you can dim down your screen, change the contrast color.
Nah,
That or you get the little orangey glasses
yellow.
to ease computer strain.
It'd be the yellow. I'd go yellow. I don't like the orange.
okay.
I don't know. It's just the damn small print that gets me. It keeps getting smaller and smaller.
David, the problem with Halon is it removes the oxygen out of the air, so it kills the fire. So if you're in a room, and usually they're used in computer rooms and electronic rooms and electric switchgear, telephone control rooms, stuff like that, to where they don't want water getting on the equipment. So that's what happens. It goes off. It'll give you a warning notice, but you got it. That room is sealed because when they test the systems, they test them for 70+% of being contained in that room, so the halon doesn't leak out.
And it
Yeah,
depletes ozone.
Huh?
And it depletes ozone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a room in a room, so it was sealed up.
Here we go.
Don't forget, halon's also mildly corrosive.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All the good stuff is.
Whiskey, moonshine.
So how's Emily?
Emily's she's good. She's got a pink cast on. She's doing a sleepover at a friend's house.
She's got a pink cast this time?
A pink with glitter cast.
Ooh,
Stand back.
out on the decoration this bling time.
Yep.
Bedazzle. Actually, you could bedazzle it while it's still soft.
So how
That's
long?
exactly what they did.
No, David, halon will probably eat your plastic pipe in your drains.
Are we talking shop here?
No, we're just kidding around talking different things. See, we were talking a junkyard I found up in Idaho that has a whole bunch of classic cars. Let me go back to it. If you're here.
I'm going to give me something to drink real quick.
All right.
Classic Chevrolet has a 2015 Chevrolet SS for sale.
Oh, yeah?
I want it.
How much?
34.
So hold on to me.
43,000 on the odometer.
Are those original mine?
On it?
What was that?
You said 43?
Yeah, that's it. It's still considered it's under the new car warranty. Well, they can sell it as a certified used car, so you still get 6-month bumper to bumper.
Here, T-Dub, this is the place I found. L&L Classic. It's up in Idaho. That's all they got are old cars.
Uh-huh.
But this is what I was sitting there and looking at. With this 47 Chevy sedan panel truck over here off on where my arrow is,
Yep.
would that make a dirt bike hauler or what?
Yeah, it would. That'd be fun.
Yeah. And then below it is a 66 two-door hardtop.
Nice. That'd be a fun project.
That's what they boast project cars, minimal rust.
Okay.
And I found it for you, Dizzy, because he has a 28 Model T and he needs pickup and he needs the cab. And I found this 27 Model T, but it's a coupe. But I thought the whale tail or the turtle back on the back bolts on. And I thought you could sit there and still use, because old Henry Ford sat there and, one cab fits all type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was hoping he'd come on, but I haven't seen hide nor hair of him.
When's the last time you talked to him?
Last Saturday. And then here's another page. 67442 hardtop. My dad had one of those. But yeah, this place is up in Idaho, and I think it might be a nice road trip one weekend from here.
Yeah.
But I got to find out where it is and check it out. So that's the first thing. And then I'm looking at a drone, and we did
Yeah,
the
you
drone.
were talking about the Dark 720
The Blade 720.
or the Blade 720.
Yeah. Have you heard anything on it?
Amazon's got nothing but good reviews on it.
What are they selling for on Amazon?
I did not actually pay attention to that.
Okay. But it comes with a camera and everything. You can plug your iPhone into the controller and download your video right onto your iPhone.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So as you're doing it, I want to get a drone that I can fly so I can look at the roof of my house and see if I got any freaking pigeons up there. So,
No, I don't think you do. We haven't brought the pellet rifle over in a while.
well, then I get old Eagle Eye. Wait, down there. Wait, over there. Look, wait, hold it. Wait, no. Right there, to come over. David Collins asked, will Halon clean drains? No, it won't. It's the gas, David.
Well, it can be a liquid under high pressure.
Yeah, well, yeah. What's the story? Anything can be a liquid under high pressure.
Provided you keep it cold enough.
Oh. So Emily's on a sleepover. Okay. I got to remember, tell Mom this. Pink cast with glare. Other question, how long does this cast have to stay on?
4 weeks, since it's just a mild fracture of the radius.
The radio or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. I keep remembering, for some reason, I keep wanting to say radius. But
This
it's the radius.
Wrong. No, that's your ulna. Your radio bone goes down the inside. Your
okay.
on the outside.
All right. Hey, I'm not a doctor. I'm a fighter.
Well, tell Emily she's got one more
wrist
bone
on
to
the
catch up.
wheelchair ramp. She could have a bent arm. This one's got a little extra.
All right, Pat, show yours.
The doctor told me he'd break it again and fix it if I wanted.
Actually straight.
Pat's got so much metal in that arm right there.
Yeah, you can see the scar right there.
My sister had to have screws put in.
I got 12 of them in 2 plates.
She had an airbag. Some girl pulled out in front of her in a dually
Oof.
on the highway.
I had some asshole on a 252 stroke try and think he could beat me.
Well, tell him what you were on. You got to tell him what you were riding.
I was on my 450.
I resemble that asshole.
Huh?
I resemble that asshole.
Yeah, Greg was already 3 laps down, so there's no competition there.
So this was now I'm getting the story. This was brothers racing.
Yeah.
We always.
Oh.
It was always, no matter we just said we're going to have fun, it turned into a competition.
Oh, okay.
Greg couldn't keep up, so I mean.
All I know is I got a phone call from T-Dub sitting there going, Dad, you need to come to San Bernardino.
No, we had to go further in, Arrowhead Regional Medical Center.
Yeah.
What was it, Roma?
Colton, California.
So that was a phone. I always hated when you called, T-Dub, because I knew something happened.
I know. Trust me, I know.
TV went off. It's back.
Oh, you know that B-17 that crashed the other day?
Yeah.
It was the Collins Foundation's B-17-909.
Uh-huh.
The end of James Bond. First of all, the B-17, after it got dumped from the Air Force, it wasn't in time to go overseas or anything else, so it went right down to Arizona to the boneyard they had going down there.
Yeah.
And then it turned around that the Nevada test site wanted to test effects of nuclear explosions on aircraft. So it was flown up to the test site. And the news here said it went through 2 explosions. The website says it went through 3. So it went through 3 nuclear explosions to see what effects would happen to it. And so they took a look at it after it was all done and everything else, and then they let it cook off for the next 15 years, and then they sold it for scrap. And it dumped through, and it went through an air sea rescue organization that was developing the Fulton concept, where you do the hot air balloon with the cable up there, and you hook the cable to the back of you. You're in a parachute harness, and the plane comes by with 2 forks on the nose and picks you up and hauls you away. And so it was under that on air sea rescue, and in the 60s, and then it made the end of the James Bond flick Thunderball.
Oh, wow.
Just give you a little history.
You guys heard about
Okay.
the B-17 that crashed, right?
The what?
That's what we're just talking
Oh,
about.
that B-17 that crashed in Connecticut?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it did tanker service too.
But yeah,
there
sit
was
there
that.
and it's,
Firefighter.
7 people died.
yeah.
Well, there wasn't much left but the tail, according to the picture.
I
Tail
saw,
and,
I
left
saw
wing.
some wing. I saw some left wing. It crashed into, what is it,
Yep.
the de-ice in the maintenance facility?
Yeah, the de-ice facility, the maintenance, and the poor guy was in there, didn't even know what was going on. That has to be a hell of a shock. Standing in the building, doing your job, and next thing you know, a plane slams into it, and
Well, he wasn't dead last time I heard, but the guy in the shed didn't die.
the guy in the shed didn't die.
No, all of them that died were on the plane.
Yeah,
But
they
there
were on, they were
people
on
the
board.
plane that lived.
Well, there
So
wasn't much left of that plane.
no, there was 10 riders and 3 crew, and 7 died. So there's that's 5, 6, 13.
Yeah.
So 6 of them lived. One lady, husband died. She was out there watching.
Yeah, she was videoing it, and it was he was an Air Force veteran. I saw the same interview. He was an Air Force veteran, and this was one of his bucket item things that he wanted to do.
Well, they said they had trouble with number 4 while they were turning around.
Yeah, and he requested for turnaround, and then I was listening to air traffic control on it. They actually gave him, what is it? Pretty much they let him land at whatever runway he needed to.
Well, they said he touched down and then went off. So if he touched down at the end of 6, he didn't touch down very long before he turned off to the right.
Yeah.
Because it was the shed's off past the taxiway right at the end of the runway almost.
Mm-hmm.
So that was totally amazing.
I
And a
don't
shame
want to
too.
do house.
Well, the Collins Foundation has the only F-4D flying.
Oh, it's got like 30 aircraft, but it's
The Air Force was the only. I mean, the federal government let the Collins Foundation go down to DM, Davis Mathis, and pick out an F-4 because they were going to keep it flying and just for historic. And so they went down there, and there's a whole story on there and how they picked it out and everything else. But it was a D model, not one that I ever came across when I was in the Air Force. But they sat there and they fly that every now and then. But my item on my bucket list was to fly in a World War II aircraft, and I did that up in the Reno Air Races several years ago with Reggie, and it was a B-25. And and for the amount of money that they charged us, because all we did was go up, circle the field one time, and come back, land, and that was it. And I think the highest we got was maybe about 3,000 feet. And it was like $350. Dead silence. Yeah,
Yep.
that plane definitely had a colorful history, and it was a shame that it went out that way. It shouldn't have gone out that way.
Where'd Pat go?
I don't know. He was yelling at some kids earlier, and then he's doing some side work. And so, I don't know. He said he was going to take off. But yeah, no, I haven't. I got to wait now tomorrow for a Dizzy show tomorrow and talk to him about this, because I told him I had a line on a couple of them, cabs for his Model T pickup, but most of them fell through, and then I found this place. Uh-oh, T-Dub left.
Somebody lost their internet connection.
They're on a sleepover. He should have it.
Well, I think he was on his phone, so he must have touched the duck.
Okay, what happened?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
We
So,
can hear you just fine. Of course, you could have been saying something, but then you disappeared. We didn't hear anything.
Oh, I left out or closed it out and then came back in real quick.
okay. So, yeah, so I had to go on Disney's tomorrow and sit there and talk to him and tell him this is what I found and ask him, because I don't know Model Ts too much for anything. The only
Okay.
so
Is that like milk toast, Johnny? Not all cream crackered.
cream cracker. Okay, cream.
I've had
cracker.
milk and crackers. But
Did you ever make those, Mark? Did you ever make those crackers?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I'm on a diet. I have the recipe, and I have a lot of crackers.
So am I. Diet.
I've been eating my Omaha beef. Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Have you tried their steak burgers yet?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all
And,
I buy. That's all I buy for them.
3 and the 4 something. But the little ribeye.
They come in a black box, and there's like 8 to a box, and that's what I get.
Ground sirloin, I think. I think I've got some filet ones too.
We did the fillets one time, but we didn't. They were sort of dry compared to the steak, and it's probably the amount of fat that's in them to sit there and at least get them to taste good.
You doing schoolwork, Pat?
No. I wish. I'm already done with all my schoolwork. I'm doing design work right now.
T-Dub's playing PlayStation, it looks like.
Xbox or
Computer.
Computer. You shooting people?
No, I'm driving cars at high rates of speed on public roadways.
Oh, Pat's got something in here. What, you want me to put this up?
If you
Are
want.
you over people?
Yeah, see, this is my exciting afternoon, bro.
So
Oh,
how,
13D.
Do you
Yeah,
get to put water in one side and watch it come out everywhere because you didn't connect all the dots before?
No, that's only when I was calcing. So now I'm just putting my nodes on for my flow points.
so whose software is this?
This is HydroCAD.
Okay.
And then see, I got, here, I'll bring it into the screen. Well, wait, it's not going to update?
Here, we'll present you.
No, I brought the calc software over into that window. Because I have 2 screens going.
I don't see Dizzy in the chat.
I don't see Hazy or Dizzy in the chat.
We'll pretty pipe it.
Hazy's in Spain having fun.
I
No,
thought it was
Hey,
what
Mark,
I
did you like the comment I did on his little boat cruise?
No, I haven't watched the video yet. No,
Well,
he just.
I said, my comment was just sit right back and you hear a tale of a faithful ship. And so I left that alone.
No, they flew back. So
Uh-oh, here he is. Stand back.
you just landed a while back.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
You know where I just
There's
came
trouble.
there's trouble.
What are you, cold?
I just came in from covering a fire, dude. Yeah, it's freezing out there.
88 here.
It's freezing. Let me just tell you that. It's got to be like 50 degrees out there.
Oh, wow. 50
Oh,
so cold.
I forgot.
Oh, Drive Shaft Drew says Dizzy will be here in a few minutes. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Drew.
It's
Yeah.
49 degrees and feels like 49.
Listen, I just got some really cool news. I feel really special right now, Tom. Listen to this. I was on the scene of this fire,
Okay.
and the captain took me aside, and he says to me, he started talking to me about Dennis Leary and the Dennis Leary Foundation. And they're going to do, I guess Dennis Leary is doing something for the 20th anniversary of the cold storage fire here.
Oh,
And
you
they want to use you Diddy's videos.
all right.
Freaking right. So he asked for permission to give Dennis Leary my phone number to call me up. And I'm like, yeah, freaking right you did.
Well, then you just out Hollywood Hazy Days.
I pretty much did, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. We call him Hollywood Junior now.
Oh, awesome. Freaking, but how excited, Tom. We got a call. I just went to cover a fire. No big deal. You know, that's what we do. And to have something like that happen, and where do you see the video? Like, as the firefighters are coming out of the building, they're all like, hey, Diz, see you on the next big one. Hey, Diz, what's up? Yo, and that is so cool.
Yep. Hey, I got something to show you.
All right. Are you leaving your clothes on?
I will. See it in the center?
See this. Oh shit! What's going on here? Oh, that looks cool. What is that now? That's a.
It's a coupe, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a pickup truck, but doesn't the back end bolt on? So didn't Henry Ford back in the day sit there and take the Model Ts and just bolt back ends on to make them trucks or make them coupes or make them whatever?
I think, yeah, it's just that back piece that would be added. Yeah, that.
So the question I got, this is a 27 Ford Model T coupe. Would the 27 work for your 28 pickup?
Look, that's my car next to it. That is 68.
I'm gonna look right now. Hold on.
68 GS 400. That was red and white. Had white tuck and roll.
We were looking at one of those, weren't we, T-Dub, at one time?
Yes.
I blew the rods in.
It was a 69 silver one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we settled on that 70 Nova.
I got the book right here. So hold on one second. Now you're saying this is a
27 coupe. Hold on, let me get back to it.
7. Holy shit. My book only goes back to 28.
Ford Model T coupe.
Model T. Yeah, see. I can show you the difference. The differences on. Yeah, I think it's different.
Well, there's an old Apache.
See, this is. Where are we here?
Yeah, there is. I didn't notice that.
See that's the original, but mine is.
Hold on.
I think mine is this one right here. What's that one say? Oh no, that's a 30. Mine's right here, the 28 closed cab pickup.
Okay. But I'm just wondering if the cab's the same, because what he did was bolt on the back end to make it a coupe or make it a truck or whatever.
I really think this one is mine. I
No
think
big-
that one is mine now.
Well, I want to cruise up. I want to cruise up to this junkyard, Diz. So let me get this off.
Let me see the scan of where are they going?
Sorry, there's been fires everywhere. It's not fires, but the fire department has been going crazy today. We had a big, huge water main break in the city last night, and the fire department is so awesome over here. There was nothing going on, but the fire department was freaking out. They were sending trucks everywhere to test which fire hydrants were working, which weren't, and they were sending tanker trucks to stand by just in case there was a fire.
Don't you guys run with utility maps? Our guys run with utility maps so they know what's hooked up to what.
Well, they do, but I'm not sure. They said that this line wasn't connected. I mean, you can ask Mark. He read the thing. They said that this line is a major water pressure line, and it wasn't supplying no individual thing. But the fire department was finding out there were hydrants with 0 water and stuff, and some with 30 pounds of pressure and some with 100 pounds of pressure. So it did do something. And they were scared because last night it was the first kind of cool night, and the fire department said, "Oh, people will be turning their heat on. We need water just in case."
Yeah. Well, David, it's 60 there. It's 4:16 here in Vegas, and we're at 87 degrees.
Oh Jesus! What's the temperature outside?
That's the short sleeve.
I'll get it.
No, that's got a
57 and
I mean, not the fender, but the
57 degrees and mostly cloudy.
That's our nighttime temperature.
Oh, that was at 3 o'clock. Hold on. Oh, it's 55. Fair wind. Feels like 50. See?
Okay.
Feels like. That's where he is.
All right. Well, where I found that junkyard is I got this issue of Chevy High Performance magazine.
Yes, listen, I was watching your show in the beginning when you showed that and you were looking at the cars and you showed your son that coupe. I was watching, but I was listening to the scanner at that time. It was started going and I was like, oh, I don't even have time to pop on.
Yeah,
So,
my first real car that I was insured and driving on was a 60 Chevy, and that's what caught my article because it was a 60 Impala with a 348, that's the W motor, with a 4-speed in it, and that came from the factory. And I'm touring going up there and looking. I might be getting a trailer and coming back with something, but
nice.
No, you got to finish one project before you can start another.
I can drool.
You can
Yeah,
dream.
listen, drooling,
Buy a Playboy if you want to drool.
are totally allowed.
32 to 34 truck.
They call
Buy a
that
Playboy if you want to
B&B.
drool.
I got a buddy of mine who's got a 39 Chevy that he's trying to sell. Nice
Richard's
car.
still trying to get rid of it?
Yeah, he's still trying to. He wants 3,500, and he ain't going to go down because it's all original.
Put a
But
notice in that.
what is it? Is it a pickup? Is it a what kind of car is it?
2-door coupe.
2-door coupe.
Now the fenders are all one piece on that, or not the fenders, but the sides all one piece.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, baby.
Hang on. Let's see if I.
Oh.
Is that gonna bother you? All right, you can put this back over there, David.
Well, what a cool thing to happen. You can turn that down a little bit.
Which way, the opposite way?
There's a T dump bed.
It's gonna
No,
bother
mine's not a dump bed, but to be honest, I have the extra rare extra wide
What you
29
doing?
bed for mine. It's got the 3 hinges.
No.
It's really cool. It's like a sought after bed because the original beds to these were a little bit too small, you know.
Okay. I'm looking for something.
Well, they have the box cow side panel but that's 32, 34. $32, $33. How come they don't show a 28?
Yeah.
You said it was a 28?
28, yeah.
20. That's what I was looking.
And if you want my opinion,
There's
I'm
a
gonna
29.
listen. Here's something for you to think about. This car, I believe, was made in Germany.
What? Your Model T was made in Germany?
It's a Model A. I have a Model A,
It's a
which is
Model A.
different than the Model T.
Yeah, Model A ran 27 to 31.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
and he started a
Model
factory
T.
in Germany, and they made engines that weren't stamped with his numbers from over here because they were made in Germany, and that's the engine I have.
Okay.
So I know this is probably sought after. You know, that's the only reason I kept it, because it just had all these unique things about it. Does it mean anything? I don't freaking know. You know, to me it was a truck, you know, and it was really cool. Tom, I think you remember when I got it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it for free.
Yeah. Somebody just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, he kept paying me to move it around. You know, every time he got a delivery, he'd call me up and say, "You want to work today and move the cars?" And like after the 6th time, I said, "Well, you know," I said, "I can move this one home." And he goes, "You want to take it? Take it home with you."
I found an oldie but a goodie. Hold on, I got to share this. I found an oldie but goodie. I'm looking for pictures for Richard's 39 Chevy, but I got to share this one. T-Double will remember this one.
Snow.
Snow
The
in
free-
Vegas.
Yeah, but that's your car and it's backed in the driveway.
Yeah, I know. I try not to stare too much because then it gets depressing.
Oh. Because that was the black SS, and you can see the Camaro back, the 68 back then. Okay. Enough of reminiscing.
Come a long way since then, brother.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to find the pictures of the 39, and I can't see them. I'm going to have to find them for next week's show, and then put them on. But yeah, he's been trying to sell it. It's a pretty good car.
If
It's
you want
all
to get
original.
pictures of them, Brianna, I'd recommend being at least decent to Jody.
Dave, of
It
course.
was running a couple of years ago.
It's not Jody's fault. Don't need to take it out on her.
Faces in 2B suits and sitting there scaring the heck out of everybody around Halloween time. You know, Chicago gangsters.
All right, cool. Now we're never getting it done. Now we're never getting it done.
I just got called a honky at the scene of
Being
the.
a fucking little 5-year-old about it.
I'm not kidding. I was on the scene of this fire. I took a picture of the truck, and these 4. I'll call.
Hold on, I got to mute Pat. He's in a battle.
Well, do you have any part of the cab left?
You want back on, Pat?
I have the cowl.
Well, there's
So
4.
to be honest, listen. To be
I
honest,
can mute my own mic. Sorry.
I just need the windshield, the roof, the back panel, and that seat. That's it.
That's it.
side cows.
I have the cowl. Yeah.
Well, then all you got to do is build the wood frame to attach it to.
Well, no. If you look at the 28's windshield, it attaches to that. It's like it's got this weird. It's not just a square thing. It's got side pieces that go right down the side of the cowl. You know, it's the 28 was a different one. You know, they made things a little easier after that, I think.
You got me looking again.
And yes, Dave, some of the pots are still in the basement. A lot of them are up here.
Yeah, I've got a picture of it right here. Well, that looks like the front of the box. The hood's not, the front of the is not as wide as the body.
Right.
Let me share this. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, really?
That's a 28.
Yeah, you see that windshield piece? You see how the cowl is like its own thing, and that windshield piece comes right down the sides as if it's the yeah, that's actually mounted on top of the side of the cowl. It's really, you see how weird it is? Not many are like that, and I cannot find that piece that goes around there or that windshield piece. You see, I need the two doors, that back piece, and the hood. You know,
And you got the back piece that floats around for the doors, the back portion.
I don't have none of the cab. I got the bed. I got all the fenders, the hood, both. Even mine's not like that. I got both sides to mine with the louvers in it. I've got the grill like that. I don't have that front piece. You know that cowl piece that's in the front. You see there
with the radiate with the gas tank in the front there. That's the gas filler in the front there underneath the windshield.
31.
No, I have that. Mine is the gas one, just like it's the same one as that.
So do you have both the cowl pieces and the cowl drops? The cowl drops being what drops behind the firewall.
I have that whole piece. Yep.
And you got the cowl with the hole for the gas filler tank.
No,
Well, that's the gas
I'll be up there
tank.
in a minute.
It's actually in that
Okay.
cab.
The cowl actually is the gas tank.
Yeah.
And then what you're missing are both doors and then the back piece. You've got the roof.
No, I don't have the roof either.
Okay.
No, it's like the whole the windshield and that piece that goes around. It's like the trim piece is part of the windshield. So it's the windshield piece, the hood, the back piece, and the two doors.
All right.
So there's still a lot left I got to get for this beautiful truck. But when it's done, it's going to be cool as hell.
Yeah, of course. Then you put firefighter plates on it.
Well, this is what you need. I mean,
I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to go.
And paint it red and call it Engine 69.
Yep.
And put a hose rack in the back of it.
Yep.
We need to get you a hose rack to put in the back of it. And a small water tank. And a little pump. So you can squirt the kids down on a hot 4th of July.
Big gas up, what's up, brother?
Ziggy, what's going on?
Freaking right.
Dave's doing it.
Yep. Yeah, some crazy ass stuff today. I mean,
where did they build this at?
Look at this crazy ass stuff. Oh, Jesus.
New steel pickups from down under.
Model A?
Well,
Yeah.
And you want to know what I learned about parts? Like if you was say you had this car and you wanted to restore it and just get new panels and new, you know how the freaking company does it now? They stamp for 4 years one piece. So like you can get the right fender. No. You can get the right fender if they're making it right now. If not, you got to wait until they make every part. They make that one fender for 4 years, and then they make the next fender, the next piece.
Check out Ziggy, an LS3.
And pull the cam out of the.
What's the LS3 in?
Isn't that in his car? That fucking big car you got there? I don't even. It's in the picture. That car that's in the picture.
Yeah, but this will make you look at that baby.
Hold on. Up.
That was made in 2010.
Yeah, look at that right there.
They made it in Australia in 2010. But I went to the website; they're not there. But I'm thinking United has the. But that's the style you would want right there.
That's it. Well,
The funny thing is,
piece.
I could probably do that.
Well,
Yeah.
they made it to fit.
If fucking Pat would come over here and help me.
Will interchange with the originals, but I don't know if they're even. I'll save that.
Pat would stop playing his games and come over and help me, I would be able to build that.
Pat's working. T-Dub's playing a game. Dizzy.
Oh, geez. Sorry.
Oh, now he stopped. Look at hands up. I stopped.
He's like, I ain't playing no game. What are you talking about?
Seriously, what are you guys talking about?
About the cow.
I'm looking at porn.
Czech Rocker Instruments in Sydney,
Oh,
Australia.
LS1 Gen 3. Czech Rocket Industries in Sydney. Okay. Well, we're going to go over. Oh, no biggie.
Then they'd have to ship it from Australia.
Your import fees are going to kill you.
They had.
Put a big box in a big container and ship it.
Well, no, they were. That was a 10-year-old art. It was from 2010.
Oh, okay.
Talking about U.S. distributors, and that's. But I'm also looking at United Pacific. Has they do that too. I was trying to find because they had like a 31 to 33 body that was $500 some.
All right. T-Dub, entertain everybody. Dizzy, entertain everybody. I got to get a refill.
Oh, well, how do you do that? I don't know nothing about that.
What are you talking about? Entertain? I can't even keep myself entertained.
Oh, my goodness. For myself right now, we got to run Tom's show. Well, what are we going to talk about? Let's talk about Tom. Oh, my goodness. Have you seen him today? He is so funny looking. Drew, what are you doing? Okay, gotta run. Oh, I got it, Drew. You tell me that. Yo, he gives me a call. Yo, they want you on the show. Okay. Now he jets. Just great. Wife needs stuff from the store. Isn't that the excuse he told us last time, Mark?
I think so.
That's what he said to us last time. Frick, that wife needs a lot of shit at the store. It's actually, shh, don't tell nobody, but it's Drive Shaft Drew's wife's birthday tomorrow.
Uh-oh. That's why.
Don't tell nobody, though.
So, Dizzy, on your show tomorrow, on the World Superstar, You Dizzy 1969,
Yes.
you need to put down the true Hollywood star.
Oh, I'm not true Hollywood. I'm just Dave.
Well,
He needs that.
you are more than hazy because Dennis O'Leary's going to be calling you.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean,
you got to put that down there.
I can't even wait. Just the thought of, I'm just there filming, blah, 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 And the guy comes over to me, and at the time, I had shut the camera off to take a picture of. I took a picture of a fire truck and turned around. And he's like, "Is the camera on, Diz?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "Oh, I want to take you aside and talk to you for a sec." I'm like, "Yeah, man, anything you need, I'm okay." And then he started going into the, do I know Dennis Leary? They're coming up on the 20th anniversary of the cold storage fire. And he's wondering if it would be okay if they use some clips from some of my videos. And I was like, what?
You know what I wish they really do with that fire is, Ron Howard made Backdraft.
He found
They need to make a movie about that fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they do have something on YouTube. Some college.
No, I'm talking 100% full-blown Hollywood production movie about that fire.
Oh, that would be cool. But Hazy Days found us, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Hazy Days. He's here.
Yeah, he finally got in from the airport.
He must be, is he home?
Yeah.
He said, "Did someone say Hazy Days?" No one said that. No one was even talking about that kid. I said you needed to go under the words Hollywood. Me, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is, Tom. But how cool would that be, Tom? You know how it started. I just started making videos to work out of depression, and now Dennis Leary's gonna call me. He wants to use a piece of my video. Hell yeah, man!
I did so much research on that fire that it's unbelievable the amount of crap, and I don't call it crap per se, but the amount of time I put in looking at that particular fire, and it's heartbreaking when you get to the end.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, because no one got charged. You know, they got away with it. You know, although, you know, great men were lost. You know, it's unbelievable. And Tom, what a lot of people don't realize is that my parties that I have here, one of the fallen heroes from that fire, his family member is my DJ, dude. You know, and they do it because of I have a museum in memory of the fallen hero. You know, so that's wicked cool. You know, and they come every time, and they're just really awesome.
But yeah, it was a research project when I first started with the department. That, oh man, because Evelyn's on.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dizzy.
she's mad at me.
Dizzy, I got to tell you, remember Emily, my granddaughter who had the busted right thumb?
yep.
Well, she now has thumbs out of the cast at the beginning of September. At the beginning of October, now her left wrist is in a cast.
Oh my. Just call her a little Dizzy, because that's just me, man. I cut all 4 of my fingers off. They had to sew them back on, Tom.
And Dad's sitting right there and chuckling. Her cast now is pink with sparkles.
Oh, nice. Check yours later. Zig, sorry, you be good, man.
Ziggy, we'll see you later.
What's that? Apple pie?
No,
I wonder why they call it AA trucks.
I'll tell you why. Because they have a double axle on the back, and that's a 1-ton frame, where mine's only a 1/2 ton.
Okay. So, Mark, what do you want on that website?
I can show you right here. An AA. An AA looks like
I just was wondering because I saw AA.
AA looks like this. Got the dual axle in the back. You see how it's a heavier duty frame, bigger.
Dual tire, not axle, but dual tire in the back.
Yeah, dual tire. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's got the heavier duty front end, and you know, it's just a bigger truck, much bigger.
Okay. All right.
I learned that just from that book. I learned a lot from that one book, and you wouldn't believe Mark, the God sent from I mean, I don't even know where he came from, but he bought me every single book there is about learning about this Model A. I have them stacked up right there. I mean, if I can't put this together, I have to.
Yeah, but you got everything but the frickin' cab. That's the thing.
Yes, it's got everything but the parts. Yes.
Well, there's
We had a good trip back.
2829.
Get on the show, Hazy. Get on the show, Hazy.
Well, I think I found a place that has that stuff.
You do?
What's the
right,
website
guys.
for that junkyard you guys are looking at?
No, this is
L&L Auto Customs.
Auto Customs, yeah. Yeah, I read that in the beginning when you were showing that sedan. That is, and I know what he said. Oh, you need the bike first. Da da da. But no,
No, L&L Classic Auto.
here's a life lesson for you. When you get the bike, maybe that truck won't be available, George. So you might want to grab that now, and the bike will come. Just saying. When he was showing it, yeah, I'll take that. I'll throw any kind of bike in there.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get going, guys. I got some stuff I gotta get taken care of. So
All right.
Yeah, man, you'd be good.
we'll see you guys later. You guys take care. See you later, bro. Have a good one.
All right,
See you
You
later.
too, bro. See you later.
See
All
ya.
right. Peace. No, they got some pretty cool stuff there, but I was interested in the 60 Impala, the 340
on the second page. Yeah, I remember.
and it's got everything with it except the 4-speed in the, in the engine. But I didn't know if I wanted to build a W motor or put an LS in it with a Tremec 5.
LS.
Everybody loves that LS motor, huh?
Oh, that's a super motor. Small, lightweight, and can put out a hell of a lot of power. Oh, with my luck, they'll come at the same time, and you and I have to choose. David, hi, Chrissy, is actually my granddaughter, Evelyn. Is she still on? Evelyn, are you still on?
I don't
looks
know.
like-
There's babies screaming. I may
Huh?
have to disappear in a minute.
Uh-oh.
I hear the baby throwing a fit.
Uh-oh.
Well, Mark's bird's throwing a fit. We hear it.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Oh, Inglewood, Colorado. I'll have to go by there when I'm in Colorado.
Eaglewood? What is it, a junkyard?
Inglewood. No, it's a place that's just Model A's.
All it does is Model A's?
That's good.
Yeah. The Burt's Model A Center.
Fucking right. Hold on. Take my shoes off.
I've got it expanded. I have to shrink back.
I already did.
Just share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen.
My safety chief is on.
It's this place.
His name's Dave.
Okay, hold on. You're presented. Is. Check the
Yeah. Holy, he may know something about it. Bert's Model A Center. Oh shit!
Yeah, I'll send you the link later. Oh, look, it's your pickup.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Are you gonna? No, it's got to be painted red. We can have the white wheels, but it's got to be
Yeah.
red.
It's gonna be red and black. Yes, just like that, but red and black, baby.
Is that the last picture?
It's not going anywhere.
New original parts. They have sheet metal and stuff.
Can you go to the parts bin and see what they got? What is it?
Oh
Cow?
yeah, I was looking at the
One right
parts.
there. This the one next to that coupe is one.
Right, oh,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah. No, the other one on the other side it looks
That
like.
one? That's
Yeah, that looks
That's
like mine.
heavy. That looks like a double A.
No, that's an A. A double
Hey
A,
guys,
much bigger. You,
I gotta go help the wife. If I can get back on, I'll get back
Oh, they
on.
got
All right, T-Dub,
No.
see you later.
all kinds of stuff. Gaskets.
Salt Tegan Street.
2019 is our 40th anniversary.
Fucking right.
Suspension, aprons, running board, splash guard, rumble seats, fasteners, the nuts, bolts, pickup bed parts.
You should try this one. Tam's Model A pots. Tam's, TAM apostrophe
Are they
S.
still in business?
Yeah. If they make it, we have it. If you don't see it, call us. How's that?
Let me save this.
We'd be happy to give you an extra catalog for your friends or just your next club
Sorry, I'm
meeting.
eating chips.
Just let us know.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
Order online at www.modelaparts.com.
Where did Hazy go?
Oh, I'm sure they got different places, but I'm just saying that one had all kinds of stuff. But they had sheet metal and stuff like that.
Shit.
Well, if they got sheet metal,
I mean, that's over in Denver, is basically where it is.
You know what I did today is I went to the shop and did a little cleaning up, and I took that police bike and put it up on the motorcycles jack,
Hey, Diz, I got a question for you.
and then into condos.
Okay.
All three of those brick buildings there.
Okay, well, let me ask, if they demo the sprinkler system, can you get me a couple of the old sprinkler heads in there? I
Yeah.
collect them.
Yeah, well, you know they're going to have to redo all that because it's going to be, you know, all changed anyways because they're going to turn it into, from a factory or whatever it is, into apartments. So they'll have
Yeah.
to.
Well, that's the old pipe schedule system, it looked like, so they can't use it under new remodel rules.
Yeah,
supposedly.
And can you imagine that buzzing will have to stop too because they'll have to change all that, you know?
Mhm. Yeah,
So
the transformer's gonna have to get changed.
that's why I'm starting to think this is a bigger job than he thinks, and I'm not sure he's ready for that. Although
If they
owns these buildings is a millionaire.
if they do demo it and they do demo the sprinkler system, can you grab me 2 or 3 heads from there?
Absolutely, you know I will.
All right, thank
You
you.
sent me 4 heads. I think 4 heads you sent me, right?
Yeah, there are extras in my collection.
Yeah. So I have those. I'll definitely save you some. And I'll go upstairs and look for the oldest ones. I'll just tell the dude taking them down. You know?
Okay, cool. So, okay. So we're playing in search of
Say in the next 2 years.
I
huh?
don't know. Are they even hooked up anymore?
Yeah, mine. Yeah, that place has to have them. And the reason why I know what he's saying is true is because they bring all the young cadets into my building to show them the old system.
What the old crap is?
Yeah, exactly. So I know he's right because they come there and show them the crap shit. You know.
Here, hold on.
It was modern technology when they put it in.
Oh,
This
very,
is,
very true.
this is the 1980 standard of NFPA 13, the installation of sprinklers.
Yeah.
And what they did is, this is right before you used to be able to do hand calculations. Hang on, I'll find it here in a minute. That you used to do is called pipe scheduling. So they tell you how many heads that you have and what size pipe to feed to it. So hang on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's so you get even coverage during the whole run.
And it's sit there to make sure that the heads, it's to make sure that the heads have the right pressure. Minimum head pressure is 7 psi.
Now
So
let me ask you a
if you
question.
look at that, you sit there and you can see it, the pipe schedule table.
Now let me ask you a question. In order for those to work, was it a pumper truck that came up and hooked up to the fitting outside?
No, it was supposed to work off without the assistance of the fire department.
Oh, okay.
But
So
SO,
that pipe coming out is extra.
the
So if
FD,
the fire department came and still needed water.
well, no, it's the FDC that sticks out, fire department connection. That's what you see sticking outside the building.
Yeah.
Okay, that's there in case they lose a water main or something that the fire department can subsidize or add to the water pressure in the building.
Okay.
SOP for most departments is for the engineer on the truck to hook up to that and hit it with 150 PSI. And he just sits there with that chart, that line charged
Yeah, yeah.
PC in case they need it. So here,
See, I've been paying attention. I don't know fucking nothing about it. I'm not a fireman, but I watch shit.
here's the 1980 edition. Here's the 2019 edition.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's like, see how that is, Tom? That's like the books that Mark just sent me. Fuck.
Okay. So can you say technology?
The new one.
You say,
Stan.
can you say engineers at work?
They take old buildings and make old apartments. Yeah, they're doing that a lot, Dave, around here. And this guy, he's got the money. He's been doing the right thing, and he's got the money to do it. Whether he's doing it, I don't know.
Okay. From what you showed me of that building, he's going to have a lot of work on his hands.
Well, he said he's not starting with mine. He said he was starting with the 2 buildings over, which is up above. And I don't see no progress on any of that either. And he hasn't thrown those people out either. So if he's going to stop with that one, it's got to be 2 years from now at least. And he told us you're on a 2-year window. So,
Okay.
it's really true. I don't know.
That's cool that he gives you that advance notice, though.
Yeah, well, I think he knows what I'm doing is important. And he really likes me. Like the fallen firefighter we had actually worked for my landlord before he was a firefighter. And he was my landlord was touched when I did that little tribute. And he never knew about what I did there until he seen that fire bike. And he was like, holy shit, you built this in there? And I was like, no, I didn't build it there, but that's kind of what I do,
Actually, you would have probably shocked the shit out of him, showed him where you did build that fire bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Your old shop. You built that there?
Right? And I'm glad that a lot of the people that came here got to go in there and see what the shop is, because what I started with is fucking musty, dirty, nasty. I had to bend it. It was, and look at how far I've come, Tom. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I've been there at the beginning with you, so I know. Now I understand somewhat why you're not putting a hose system up for your air compressor. So,
okay, now you see what I'm saying? When
now
I started hearing this, I was like, wait a minute. If I got to move, I'm not going to hook this all up and run it and get it working the way I want. And then, okay, you got to move. And it's like, well,
so now I'll stop bugging you about hooking it up.
Well, I actually thought about that today. I thought about drilling a hole through the wall and putting just, one outside fitting and one on the wall inside for now, but like you said, I can use it the way it is right now, and I don't have to waste that, at least when I move to my next shop, if that's what we're going to do.
You got 100 feet of pipe there, man. So if you use 15 feet of it, we can buy you more pipe. Come on.
Oh, well, I think that's what I'm going to do, is just run a thing off of it to use in the shop and one through the wall outside, so I can just pull up and clip up a hose and do whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But now I'll stop.
The compressor works.
I'll stop bugging you about running the lines now.
Listen, that compressor works mint. Quiet as can be. I'm totally impressed with it. I go in there and clip the thing on, and it's, you hear it, but it's not like you used to. You know what I mean? You're used to the old, nothing like that.
No. We searched, and it's not me, but we searched long and hard to find the right one that'll fit you, and that was it.
Great work, man. I'm told every time I go in there, I'm totally touched.
Besides, it's yellow.
And Iron Man. People don't think it's, whatever. Iron Man came there from Canada, and he brought down that motorcycle lift. I lift go-karts right off the ground with that, and it's making things at my shop so much easier. And Mark bought me a small tire changing machine. So putting these tires on and taking them off of these go-karts and mini bikes is going to be so much easier. And it's just things are coming together really quick, you know, and
Yeah, well,
it's awesome.
You have any sheet metal for that thing?
For what thing?
The Model A.
Yeah, I have all the fenders. I have the rails, the side rails.
he needs the cab, Mark.
Do you have the wood?
For the bed, yeah.
No, for the frame.
The frame is the cab inside the cab dizzy is wood for the frame. The
I don't
frame
have,
for
no,
the
I
cab
don't
is wood.
I know. I found another site down in Beaumont
There's-
that's got all that.
there's little blocks.
Beaumont, Texas.
There's
Yeah.
little blocks of wood that I need for mounting. I don't have none of the wood. I know.
Going up inside dizzy, going up inside the doors. There's wood in there. They use they
It's not
use
metal.
wood
It's wood.
to strengthen the doors.
Yeah, see, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh well, no. I
Give
found
me the metal pieces. I'll make the wood to go in there. You know.
28,
Donna, what's going on?
29 Model A
Run, 30
cab
minutes
pickup,
prior.
complete body wood kit. All structural wood inside the body, does not include body mounting blocks. That's up there. That's $255.
For all the wood.
All the wood.
Is it open?
Is that the mounting blocks? Because those I gotta
Now,
get.
the mounting blocks, say body to frame pickup, those are $38.
Yeah, those are right. I gotta get those.
Oh well, no, I'm just saying this site I'm on's got all this stuff listed.
Fucking right. Well,
But does it have any sheet metal?
I'll send you the link later.
Does it have any sheet metal, Mark?
she's like,
Yeah, they do sheet metal. They got all kinds of stuff.
I'm gonna have to check.
Send
it.
me the link. Send it to me too, Mark.
The
We're gonna get him into Model A's. Listen, they're really cool, Tom. And I'm just picturing myself, me and Tina, in this thing, being red and black, putting down in the parade or something,
It's got to be engine 69, though.
representing the fire department. I just can't. That's just gonna be so damn cool.
It's got to be engine 69, and then you got to get a hold of the city shops and sit there and get some decals from them to put on there.
Oh, listen, we're gonna do this up right, Tom.
I'll come out and help you.
Don't you forget, you just got me a compressor, and I got spray guns and everything. I'm gonna spray this all myself. It's gonna be beautiful.
I'll come out and help you paint it and sand it.
Now let me ask you a question. The fenders have some dents in it, and like right now, they're paintless with a touch of like a rust film because they haven't had no paint on them.
It's surface rust.
Yeah, just surface rust.
buff that out and you can spray it.
You need to get that. You need to get that off and get it. Since you're in a high humidity state, you need to get that off and get it all in the primer to stop the surface rust. And if it's bare metal, you got two choices. If it's bare metal, you got to either use etch primer and put it in etch primer and then put another coat of different coat of primer on top of it, or you use epoxy primer, which is a little bit more expensive, and put it in. But you got to make sure the epoxy primer, it can go on bare metal. So,
See, this is the problem, Tom. It's got some dents that I got to work out first.
Paint it. You can work the dents out once you paint it.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask that first. Okay.
Yeah. Paint it. Get it.
Priming first, and it should be an epoxy primer.
If you don't want to use etch, is 2 steps. You use the etch primer, which is a green, and then you got to put a gray sealer primer on it. Okay. Or you can use epoxy, which is 1 step, but the epoxy is a little bit more pricey
Yeah, but
than going the other way.
me the website now. I can feel it. I can feel it, Mark. Yeah, he did. Awesome.
But what you need to do is get them in. You got to get that, knock that surface rust off, and get them in the primer. And you can work the dents out later.
All right. Okay.
And that's the other one.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
And I'll tell you what. I'll go to Eastwood, and I'm going to send you a quart of epoxy primer.
Oh shit, Tina, we're gonna be fucking spraying with our guns. Tina's gonna learn how to clean paint guns.
You better get some mask on. You need some mask.
Feel it.
Sherry just said Tina's super excited. I can feel it. Tina's gonna learn how to clean paint guns now. Freaking right.
But you're going to need a paint gun with at least a 1.8 tip on it. It's got to be a big tip.
Well, I'm gonna ask you through the whole thing when I pull all this stuff out and bring it to the shop and show you the pieces, and because
I'll come out and help you. I don't have to go to no meetings, but it won't be during the winter time.
Yeah.
and we'll be able to drive it right out of there.
So you worry about putting it together and everything, don't worry about driving it.
Yeah, the bullshit over here.
That's a good deal.
She's like, okay, you worry about putting it together. She goes, I'll worry about driving.
I didn't worry about driving my Camaro, and we've already put 5 miles on it.
Clutching. You guys know about double clutching?
I don't even know how to.
You don't know nothing about this Model A. Listen, if you can start it by winding it up, you
No,
can drive
Mark told me not to.
Now you can push a button.
it. By winding it up, you can fucking drive it.
Are you okay? Suck up some dirt.
Too funny. Sherry, Dennis Leary's going to be calling me.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you meet up with that one?
The chief came up to me on the fire scene and asked me for my number. He says Dennis wants to talk to me about using movie clips from my videos in a tribute to the 20th year of the cold
Because they're
storage
having
fire.
a walk
Yeah.
or some sort of run or something. We have the sign.
Fucking right. I was like, absolutely,
I love
man.
Dennis Leary.
See, I told you, Hazy, you're more Hollywood or Dizzy, you're more Hollywood than Hazy is.
Ooh, yeah, I am, but I don't say it. He needs to say it.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Right, Easy? I know you're watching.
Are you going to put a crowbar in his mouth to pry it open?
And you see, I was wearing your shirt.
No, I was wearing a guy down by Mark's shirt today.
Yeah, I was wearing Mark's shirt. He got me this. Looking right. On
This
the fire
is
scene.
my friend Pete's shirt.
Oh, shit. My friend Pete.
Yep.
I have one of those, don't we?
How's he doing in the new place? I heard he didn't like it.
No.
Well, he's not moved yet. Apparently he's
Not
still
moved
building
yet?
a new place.
I thought he was out in Arizona somewhere now.
No, he's going to Moab, Utah. And
Oh,
he-
Utah. That's what I get them all mixed up.
Yeah, all us West Coasters all look the same.
Hey, the way I see it is, a change is good. At his age,
The Moab.
see the world, fucking do something, He seems like a cool dude. I know everybody talks shit. He seems like a cool guy. I called him on his live show and talked to him before.
Yeah. Well, Pete's all right. He's a little abrasive. You got to take him with a grain of salt. Let it roll off your back.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a good dude.
I still haven't made it to his shop though. Every time I go to Texas.
Who the hell was that guy that had his car shipped there? That orange Cutlass?
No, it was a Chevelle.
A Chevelle.
Red. And
What happened to him? As soon as he got his car
it was Paul 68 or something like that. I haven't seen any videos from him in years.
since he got the car back. You haven't seen nothing. And I thought that was a cool collab where he got the car out there and they did the work and then it went back. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. And then when you walk through his kitchen looked like an auto shop. because he had this part and this part and everything on the store net. I think it was a
table shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I haven't seen any videos from him in ages, Diz.
Right. See, I followed along with all of them, you know.
But yeah, so nah, it's unique to sit there. The people who come and go, and then the people who stay, and
another one was oh fuck, I can't remember his name. Who's the dude with the ace card?
Oh, I don't know. You have his shirt.
Yeah, I got his shirt too. Not too many people like him as fuck. Who's the one building the custom motorcycle with the diamond frame?
oh, you're talking about Wild Eyed Northern Boy.
Yeah, wild-eyed northern boy.
Tommy
He
Shoe.
rocks, man. I love that dude.
He's still on. He's still pumping videos.
Yeah, he is. He's still pumping out videos. He's a good
He
dude.
started here, but his house burned down the other about a year or so ago.
What?
Yeah. He's in a new house.
How did that happen?
Lightning or something during a storm.
Boy?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know his house burned down. I knew Rasta Bees had a fire.
No, we knew about that one. I remember something about it.
You know?
His girlfriend, his wife, or something.
Yeah.
He was talking about it.
He's in a new house and now he's fixing it up. He's hardly spending any time in the shoe shack, as he calls it, his garage.
That was his dad's shop.
But he brought a big place with a lot of property. So I see some growth going on in his life as far as paint shop and everything else at his property, and getting rid of the shoe shack behind Mom's house or something. I don't know. But it's Tommy Shoe. Yeah, he's oh God, if you can take him and everything else and just look at the quality of work he puts out.
Yeah, he does great.
That's awesome.
And he's obsessive. How many times has he done shit to that bike he's building and then rip it apart and do it? He's like, all right,
oh no,
it's 30 hours building it this way. And he's like, no, I'm not happy. Fucking rip it apart. Let's do it some.
Yeah.
Like, oh my fucking God, no way. But
yeah,
he
will sit there and
that diamond frame. That's a cool idea. It's not like a square turned. It's actually a diamond.
Yeah.
The shape. And that's pretty cool. You know, he had a good idea.
I'd love to see him finish that chopper, though. I really would.
Yeah, that's like one of those never-ending projects.
They keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's getting on 5:08 here, and we've been on for almost 2+ hours. Actually, going on 2.5 hours. And Hazy is probably putting everybody to bed.
Yeah.
Late back there. And tomorrow on your show, you better call yourself Mr. Hollywood, above and beyond Hazy, because you are, if Dennis called you.
Well, thank you, my friend.
Okay.
You see that, Hazy? He said it. That guy up there. He said it.
I said it, Hazy. You got a problem with it, you come see me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody in the chat. David Collins, Drive Shaft Drew, Ziggy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, thanks for stopping in. Anthony, Redneck Way of Life. And we'll pick this up next Friday. Same time, same place.
Peace.
And you all have a good weekend. See you tomorrow on the You Dizzy Mr. Hollywood live show. And we will pick you up on Hazy Day show on Sunday.
Yeah, the after show.
That's on. Yeah, okay. All right. Peace.
Bye.